Okay, I'm here at the Gold Coast, up at the JW Marriott, and we came up here because it's my son's 13th birthday was yesterday, and we've had a pretty awesome time. Just came up for one night, like it's about an hour and a half from where I live on near Byron Bay up to the Goldie. And look, it's a very different experience for sure. Like behind me, you can see just a whole bunch of cabanas, a whole bunch of there's a lagoon there that is really deep and they've got fish in it, which is seriously cool. There's water slide, there is a couple of spas, big pool, and we've had a great time. Like, it really has been interesting. The highlight by far was last night we went to this restaurant. It was a Japanese teppanyaki bar, and this was really my first time in a teppanyaki bar, and I didn't realize quite what was going to happen, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun in terms of the amount of energy that the chef brought to the table, the catching of the food in the mouth. It was a really fun production. And my wife struggled a bit with the price. She was like, wow, that's expensive. But my son said to me at the end, he said, that was awesome. That was so cool. That was such a great experience. And the bill came, and it was $400. And in Australia, tipping's not typical, but I added 10%, so it's $440 for a extremely memorable night. And what I'm investing in here is not a meal, but rather a memory, an experience, that transition for my son from 12 to 13, whether it's a big one or not, whether it's just a day, but for whatever reason, my wife is big on that it's a big transition to becoming a teenager, and I just wanted to have an experience that was very much a beneficial one for my family, and we got that. And the money that this entire day cost, like yesterday, today, we're about to leave, I mean, it's a lot. For a lot of people, it's like a lot of money, but it is worth it. And we're doing some training in Wake Up Warrior the other day that was interesting, and they talked about this line where below the line price was very inflexible, but above the line was very flexible indeed, was elastic. And transformational experience was where there is significant price elasticity, because the actual price isn't what I'm buying. I'm buying a memory for my family. I'm buying a experience that goes beyond the $440. It goes into our family as a bonding experience. And to me, as we go forward in life and we can look back at these events like this, like ski trips, like camp trips, they don't all have to be super expensive. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that these transformational experiences bond our family in a very strong way. And what's interesting is, how can I pull this off? This actually becomes a very critical aspect for me as a businessman. How can I expand my capacity to have amazing experiences for my family? And one way that I've found is by systematization. And look, I'm probably a bit early. I get it. Like, my business is a bit early. Typically, you would be at the $1 million in revenue, or you're hitting 5, 6, 7 people in team, and you're going to start running into system problems. For whatever reason, I've been graced with the stubbornness to refuse to scale, to refuse to grow a business where I knew that these problems were coming. I already had these problems. It sucked. It was terrible. I was like, man, I'm spending all my time managing people. And that was at a relatively small scale, and it gets worse with more people. I caught up with a marketing buddy of mine, Joey Karam, out of Grip Marketer, and he was speaking of a company that is booming. They got 20 staff, it's going off, and it is a nightmare. Why? Because they have no systemization, they have no processes in place, and they have managed up until that time, and then it went kaboom, and they were exposed as not having done any of this stuff. And if you look it up, it is interesting. Like, you're going to see the same things. Write it down, document it, force people to use it. What you really need is a way that people naturally use systems and processes. So if that's in conversation that interests you, I invite you to head over to systemio.dev. That's systemio.dev. Pop in your name, pop in your email address there, and go and check out a training that I put together that will help you navigate this journey from 1 to 10 million. All right. Look forward to catching you on next podcast and Facebook Live. I'm going to go hang out with my family and enjoy the rest of this beautiful day up here on the Goldie. See you next time.